using asbestos to my advantage. I work in restoration for a nationwide insurance builder. I've been at the company for 5 years, which due to high turnover rate is the longest of anyone in my division. My boss's son, who I trained and still asks for my advice, got promoted to supervisor. I didn't care much because I like him, and the boss has always said I'm the best restoration technician at the company and big things would happen for me. In my 5 years at the company, I have handled multi-million-dollar jobs, spent almost a year working interstate on major disasters, floods, cyclones, etc., and am seen by the other site-based employees as a leader and the most knowledgeable in regards to our industry. I even have near-perfect scores on my qualification exams. I have received awards through the company acknowledging my efforts and commitment. I know I sound like a wanker here, but I am the best the company has to offer, and the division has tripled in size since I've been here. I also do the vast majority of overtime and on-call emergency works. Every year in my annual review, I have suggested we implement some new roles as all site staff, with the exception of my boss's son, have the job title of technician, no hierarchy whatsoever. So I suggested we needed a team leader or senior technician or supervisor who can be across all projects to prevent mistakes and have consistency in how we handle everything. I also suggested we have an estimator to provide the quotes on each job, as there's too much variation in all techs doing their own quotes. Every year when I've brought this up, I've been told that is the plan as the business grows, and I'm at the top of the list for promotion. Cut to mid-2025, 2 new management positions are created in the office, and 2 of our office staff are promoted. Then, without any kind of announcement or application process, the next most experienced technician is promoted above me to the newly created supervisor estimator role. This guy is an absolute fuckwit who constantly gets away with work that doesn't comply with industry standards and instructs newer staff to forget the standards and do what he says. Then, when it inevitably fucks up and we get complaints from insurance companies or clients, blames the newer technicians and says he never told them to do it that way. This guy is wetting framework with chemicals before moisture checks so he can install drying equipment and bill for it. Or he'll order us to install industrial fans in mold-affected areas, which will just blow spores around and contaminate the entire building. Additionally, our division absorbed the other restoration division within the company, so we have 3 new technicians that get to be senior or leading technicians and get paid $10K more than I do. I am pissed. The company then holds applications publicly for a restoration supervisor who will balance out the estimator because they know he's a shifty cunt. I applied, was told that the position was not going ahead, then they immediately hire someone. I complained to HR about this, and they set up a meeting with the boss who basically told me to get a haircut, and I look too young and immature to have a higher position. I'm 32, and that I'm too valuable in my current role. So with all that context, sorry, I know it's a lot, let's get into the malicious compliance. Now being forced to take orders from a guy who ignores the industry standards, I've been asking for his instructions in writing on every job because I'm just a technician, I don't know better, and then including those instructions in my reports. I have created a paper trail of this guy ignoring standards and defrauding the insurance companies. Next, our company has a zero contact with asbestos policy. If any material that can potentially contain asbestos is found within the work area, we must immediately stop work, shut the site down, install signage and request testing and removal. Yes, technically in Australia you can remove up to 3 square meters without a ticket, but company policy is company policy. Asbestos in Australia is handled very similarly to mold, so I already have the required PPE and asbestos-grade bags to deal with it, and used to just sort it out myself if it was a tiny piece of cement sheeting in a floor or wall cavity. But for almost the past year, any time I have uncovered even the tiniest piece of cement sheeting or old glue, I have shut down the site, delayed jobs for weeks at a time, and cost the company thousands. I even do it for old shiny paint because it could contain lead right. If I'm removing a floor, I'll send a message to the supervisor estimator asking if I must rake all soil under the flooring and really just go digging for anything I can take a photo of and justify shutting the site down. Then put it back on him like you said I had to, when I know if it weren't in writing, he would just hide it. You would be amazed at how often I can do this. I could throw a dart at a map and the house I hit would have some suspicious material somewhere on the property. Yes, so I've been doing this for a while. I also stopped doing overtime unless I actually need the money. At this point, I'm just going through the motions for the next 2 years until I can get my long service leave, then I'm just going to look for another job. Nothing has really come of my malicious compliance yet. I'll update if it does, but for now I'm playing the slow game. If one of these guys above me quits or gets fired, maybe they'll offer the job to me, but at this point they can get fucked. If I get fired, so be it. Update: the fallout has started. After 6 months, they've finally noticed that the quality of my work has dropped. My boss is freaking out over a job I did poorly. The insurance company is pissed because it's not up to the expected standard, and my boss reckons I just cost him $50K. No floor protection, the containments are falling down, and there's holes where you've removed the floor. This isn't like you. Is everything okay with you? You're one of my best guys. This is the sort of thing I'd expect from a junior. I wanted to rant about how I'm the same rank as a junior and wasn't worth promoting when I was the best tech here. I wanted to tell him, you said I wasn't mature enough and need to act my age. I heard act your wage, but I didn't do that. I'm saving that for my annual review next month. Instead, all I said was, yeah, I know I can do better because I can. I just don't want to work that hard if it doesn't get me anywhere. Now we've got half our staff heading back out there to clean it all up.